Okay, next. Is the building as high as Mount Everest? Is your building as high as Mount Everest? No. My
No,
building
my
isn't
building
as
isn't
high
high
as
as
Mount
Mount
Everest.
Everest.
It's lower than Mount Everest.
It's
Lo-
it's lower than Mount Everest.
Very good. Is the river Thames as long as the Nile? Is the river Thames as long as the Nile? No. The river
No,
Thames
the river
isn't as long
Thames
as
isn't
the
as
Nile.
long as the
It's
Nile.
shorter than the Nile.
It's shorter than the Nile.
Where is Spain as large as South America? Is Spain as large as South America? No. Spain
No,
isn't
Spain
as large
isn't
as
as
South
large
America.
as South
It's
America.
smaller than South America.
It's smaller than South America.
Very good. Tell me the names of the four seasons of the year. Tell me the names of the four seasons of the year, please. The names of
The
the four
names of the
seasons
four
of the year
seasons of the
are
year
spring,
are
summer,
spring,
autumn, and
summer,
winter.
autumn, and winter.
Very good. What season are we in now? What season are we in now? We're in
We are in summer
now.
now.
Very good. What was last season? What was last season? Last season was
The last season was spring.
very good. What will next season be? What will next season be? Next
The
season
next
will be
season will be autumn.
very good. Okay, which day precedes Wednesday? Which day precedes Wednesday? Tuesday
Tuesday
precedes Wednesday.
precedes Wednesday.
Very good. Does Thursday precedes Wednesday? Does Thursday precedes Wednesday? No. Thursday
Ah,
doesn't
no,
precedes Wednesday.
Thursday doesn't precede
It
Wednesday.
follows it.
It follows it.
Right? Which number follows the number 13? Which number follows the number 13? 14 follows the
14
number
follows the
13.
number 13.
Right? Do the students precede the teacher out of the classroom after the lesson? Do the students precede the teacher out of the classroom after the lesson? No. The student
No. The
don't
student
precede the teacher
don't precede the
out of
teacher
the
after
classroom
the, out of the classroom
after the
after
lesson.
the
They follow him.
lesson. They follow him.
Very good. Does the teacher precede the students into the classroom before the lesson? Does the teacher precede the students into the classroom after the lesson? No. The teacher
No,
doesn't
the
precede
teacher doesn't
the
precede
student into
the
the classroom
students into the
before the
classroom
lesson.
before the
He
lesson.
follows them.
He follows them.
Very good. When do you have your breakfast? When do you have your breakfast? I have my breakfast
I
at.
have my breakfast at 6 o'clock.
Very good. When does the lesson begin? When does the lesson begin? The lesson
The
begins at.
lesson begins at 9 p.m.
Very good. When do you get up in the morning? When do you get up in the morning? I get up at
I get up at 5 o'clock
in the morning.
in the
Oh, it's
morning.
earlier now. Very good. What other words can we use instead of whereas? What other words can we use instead of whereas? We can use
We,
while
we can use
and
the
whilst
while and whilst
instead of whereas.
instead of whereas.
Right? Which word do we use the most when we speak? Which word do we use the most when we speak? We generally use
We
whereas
generally use
the most when
whereas
we speak.
the most when we speak.
Very good. Is your building old? Is that an old building you're in at the moment? Is that an old building you're in at the moment? Yes or no?
No,
This isn't
this
an
building,
old building
this isn't an old
I'm
building
in at the moment.
I'm in at the moment.
Very good. Are your shoes new? Are your shoes new? Yes or no?
No,
My
my
shoes
shoes
aren't
aren't
new. They're old.
new. They are old.
Very good. Is your blouse older than your shoes? Is your blouse older than your shoes? No. My
No,
blouse isn't
my
older
blouse
than my
isn't
shoes.
older than my
It's
shoes.
newer than my shoes.
It's newer my shoes than
It's
my shoes.
than my shoes. Very good. What's the newest thing you're wearing? What's the newest thing you're wearing? My
My newest thing I'm
oh what
wearing is a
what more?
bun.
My
My newest thing.
no, no,
Oh,
not
I should
before.
say
It should say
now.
the thing first. My
My socks are
are the
the
newest thing
newest
I'm
things I'm
wearing.
wearing.
Very good. So if you say my, you tell the item. But if you start with the, You say the item at the end, like the newest thing I'm wearing is mine. Like that. Okay,
Mhm.
very good. Okay, what's the difference between new and young? What's the difference between new and young? The difference
The
between
difference
new and
between
young
new and
is
young
that we use
is that we
new
use
for
new
things,
for things,
whereas we use young
whereas we use
for
young
people.
for people.
Where it is Miss Brown an old woman? Is Miss Brown an old woman? No. Miss
No,
Brown
Miss
isn't
Blonde
an old
isn't
woman.
old
She's a
woman.
young girl.
She's a young girl.
Where are you older than your mother? Are you older than your mother? No. I'm not
No,
older
I'm
than my
not
mother.
older than my
I'm
mother.
younger than my
I'm
mother.
younger than my mother.
Very good. Who's the youngest in your family? Who's the youngest in your family? She, right? I'm the youngest
I'm the
in
youngest
my
in
family.
my family.
Very good. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're putting your hand
You're putting your
on the
hand
table.
on the
Where,
table.
what am I doing? What am I doing? You're taking your hand
You're taking off your hand
off the
from the
table,
table.
or from
Off
the
the
table.
table.
Very good. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're putting your hat
You're
on.
putting you're putting your hat on
What am I doing? What
your
am I
head.
doing? You're
You're
taking your
taking
hat off.
your hat off.
Very good. Okay. What do we put on when we go out in winter? What do we put on when we go out in winter? We put our hats
We
we,
put on our hats
and coats
and
when
coats
we go out in winter.
when we go out in winter.
What do we take off when we come into a building? What do we take off when we come into a building? We take our
We take
hats
we
we,
take our
and
hats
coats off when we
and
come
coat off
into a building.
into
When we
a
come
building.
into a building.
When we come into a building.
Very good. What are the two most important holidays of the year in Europe? What are the two most important holidays of the year in Europe? The two most
The
important
two most
holidays
important
of the
holidays
year
in
in
Europe
Europe
of
of the
the
year
year
in
in
Europe
Europe
are Christmas and Easter.
are Christmas and Easter.
Very good. When's Christmas? When's Christmas? Christmas is on the 25th
Christmas is on the 25th
of
of
December.
December.
When's Easter? When's Easter? Easter's in spring,
Easter is in spring,
either in March or in
either in
April.
March or April.
Very good. Is this box empty? Is this box empty? No, that box
No,
isn't
that
empty.
box isn't
It's
empty.
full.
It's full.
Are your pockets full of money? Are your pockets full of money? Yes or no?
Yes,
My
my pockets
pockets
are
are.
full of money.
Oh, I wish all of us. Okay. Is your stomach empty after a large meal? Is your stomach empty after a large meal? No, my
No,
stomach
my
isn't
stomach
empty
isn't
after a
empty
large
after
meal.
a large
It's
meal.
full.
It's full.
Are the streets full of people during the night? Are the streets full of people during the night? No, the streets
No,
aren't full
the
of
streets
people
aren't full of
during the
people
night.
during
They're
the night.
empty during the night.
They are empty during the night.
Very good. Okay, so that's the end of our revision. Very good. Let's have new word. Okay, repeat.
Mhm.
Moon,
Moon,
star,
star.
star. Very good. Okay, listen. Moon and star are nouns. We can't see the sun in the sky during the night, but we can see the moon and the stars. The moon's the color of silver. Let's practice. Can we see the sun in the sky during the night? Can we see the sun in the sky during the night? No, we can't
No,
see
we
the
can't
sun
see
in
the
the
sun
sky
during
in
in
the
the
sky
sky
during the night,
during the night.
but we can see the moon and the
But we can see
stars.
the moon and the
What
stars.
colors the moon? What colors the moon? The moon's the color
The moon's color
of
is
silver,
silver.
of silver.
Of silver.
Yeah, very good. Can we count the stars? Can we count the stars? No, we can't count the stars.
No, we can't count the stars.
Very good. Next, repeat. Subject,
Subject,
mathematics,
mathematics,
history,
history,
geography.
geography.
Very good. Okay, listen. Subject is a noun. It is something that we study at school. English, mathematics, history, and geography are also nouns. They are subjects. Children generally study about 8 subjects at school. Let's practice. Of these 3 subjects, mathematics, history, and geography, which do you like the most? Of these 3 subjects, mathematics, history, and geography, which do you like the most? Of those 3 subjects,
Of those three
mathematics,
subjects,
history, and
mathematics,
geography,
history,
I like,
geography, I like is
I like,
mm, I like
which one?
mathematics
The most.
the most.
Oh, it's very, very hard. Okay. About how many subjects must children generally study at school? About how many subjects must children generally study at school? Children must generally study,
Children generally must
uh,
study.
the other way. Children must generally
Children must
study
generally
about eight
study
subjects
about 8
at
subjects
school.
at school.
Very good. Do you like the subject of mathematics? Do you like the subject of mathematics? Yes, I like the
Yes, I
subject
like the
of
subject
mathematics.
of mathematics.
Very good. Next, repeat. Wash,
Wash,
dress,
breath,
soap,
soap,
shampoo.
shampoo.
Very good. Okay, listen. Wash and dress are verbs. To wash is to clean something with water. To dress is to put something such as a clothes on. Shampoo and soap are nouns. For example, we wash our hands with soap and water. We wash our hair with shampoo and water. After washing, we put our clothes on. We dress. We wash and dress when we get up in the morning. So in America, they call wash uh, taking a bath. Let's practice. What do we do when we get up in the morning? What do we do when we get up in the morning? We wash and dress
We
when
wash
we
and
get up
dress
in the morning.
when we get up in the morning.
Very good. Do you dress before washing? Do you dress before washing? Yes or no?
No, I
I
don't
don't.
dress before the
Washing.
washing.
I wash before dressing.
I wash before dressing.
Very good. What do we wash our hands with? What do we wash our hands with? We wash our
We
hands
wash
with
our
soap
hands with
and
soap
water.
and water.
Very good. What do we wash our hair with? What do we wash our hair with? We wash our
We
hair
wash
with
our hair
shampoo
with
and water.
shampoo and water.
Very good. Next, repeat hot,
Hot,
warm,
warm,
cool,
full.
cool, like cool.
Oh, cool. Sorry.
Okay. Next, cold.
Cool. Cold.
Finland,
Finland.
one of the.
One of the.
Very good. Okay, listen. Hot, warm, cool, and cold are adjectives. For example, in Africa, it's hot. In Italy, it's warm. In England, it's cool. And in Finland, it's cold. Another example is in Japan, in summer, it's hot. In spring, it's warm. In autumn, it's cool. In winter, it's cold. Okay, so let's practice. Is it hot in Finland? Is it hot in Finland? No, it isn't hot.
No,
In
it
Finland,
isn't hot in
it's cold.
Finland. It's cold.
Is it warm in autumn? Is it warm in autumn? No, it isn't warm.
No,
In
it
autumn,
isn't warm in
it's
autumn.
cool.
It's cold.
Is it hotter in winter than in summer? Is it hotter in winter than in summer? No, it isn't
No, it
hotter in
isn't
winter
hotter
than in
in
summer.
winter than in
It's
summer.
colder in winter.
It's cold.
It's colder in winter than in summer.
It's colder than it's colder than winter in summer.
It's colder in winter than in summer.
It's colder in winter than in summer.
Very good. Okay, next, listen. After the word one of the, when we say one of the, we use the plural noun after. For example, Paris is one of the largest cities in Europe. Okay, let's practice. Which is one of the hottest countries in the world? Which is one of the hottest countries in the world? India is one of the hottest
India is
countries
one of the
in the world.
hottest countries in the world.
Very good. Which is one of the coldest countries in the world? Which is one of the coldest countries in the world? Finland is one of
Finland
the
is
coldest
one
countries
of the
in the
coldest
world.
countries in the world.
Very good. Is it as hot in Scandinavia as in Spain? Is it as hot in Scandinavia as in Spain? No, it isn't
No,
as hot
it
in
isn't as hot
Scandinavia as in
in
Spain.
Scandinavia as in
It's
Spain.
colder in
It's
Scandinavia
colder in
than in
Scandinavia
Spain.
than in Spain.
Very good. Okay, next. Repeat. Taste.
Taste?
Very good. Okay, listen. Taste is a verb. We taste with our tongues. I'm tasting my finger. Taste can also be used as a noun. For example, I put sugar in my tea because I don't like the taste of tea without sugar. Let's practice. What am I doing? What am I doing? You're tasting your finger.
You're tasting your fingers.
Do you like the taste of tea without sugar? Do you like the taste of tea without sugar? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I
like the tea without sugar.
yes, I like the taste of tea
Oh, yes, I like the taste of tea
without
without the
sugar.
sugar.
Very good. What do we taste with? What do we taste with? We taste with our
We taste
tongues.
with our tongue
Very good. Next, repeat as many
as many
as much as.
as much as.
Very good. Okay, listen. We use the words as many as and as much as with nouns. For example, I've got as many fingers on my left hand as on my right, and I eat as much meat as bread. Okay, but we use as many as with things that we can count, and as much as with things we cannot count. Okay, let's practice. What's the difference between as many as and as much as? What's the difference between as many as and as much as? The difference between
The
as many
difference
as
between
and
as
as
many
much
as
as
and as
is
much
that we
as
use as
is
many
that we
as
use
for
as many
things
as
we can
for
count, for
things we can
things,
count,
and as much
or
as
as much as
for things we can't count.
for things we can't count.
Very good. Have I got as many fingers on my left hand as on my right? Have I got as many fingers on my left hand as on my right? Yes, you've got
Y-
as many
Yes, you've got
fingers on
as
your
many
left hand
fingers on your left
as on your
hands
right.
as on your right.
Very good. Do you eat as much food for dinner as you do for lunch? Do you eat as much food for dinner as you do for lunch? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
eat as
eat
much food
as
for
much
dinner
as food for
as
dinner
I do for
as
lunch.
I do for
I
lunch.
eat less food
I eat less
for
food
dinner as I do
for
for
dinner
lunch.
as I do for lunch.
Very good. Have we got as many feet as fingers? Have we got as many feet as fingers? No, we haven't got
No,
as
we
many
haven't
feet
got
as
as
fingers.
many feet as fingers.
We've got fewer feet
We got fewer
than
feet
fingers.
than
Very
fingers.
good. Do you drink as much fruit juice as water? Do you drink as much fruit juice as water? No, I don't drink
No, I
as
don't
much fruit
drink
juice
as much
as water.
as
As much fruit juice
as much fruit juice
as water.
as water.
I drink less fruit
We
juice
drink less fruit
than
juice
water.
than the water.
Than water.
Than water.
Very good. Do you think you read as many books as your mother? Do you think you read as many books as your mother? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
think.
read books.
Yes, I
I
think
think.
I read
Yes, I think I
as
read
many books
as
as my
many
mother.
books as my mother.
Very good. Okay, now let's move on to your reading. Okay, so again, our reading is at stage three. Okay, so
Oh, today I'm taking a class, this class via
computer.
computer,
Oh, so you can't
meaning I
open it.
can read.
Okay, so let's continue.
Hmm.
Okay, here we go. So repeat, send,
Sand,
postcard,
Oscar.
go
Oh,
on,
card,
postcard, card, and then
postcard.
postcard. Very good.
Hmm.
Next, go on holiday,
Go on holiday.
camera,
Camera,
photograph, or
photograph,
photo,
or photo.
take a photo.
Take a photo.
Very good. Okay, listen. Card is a noun. For example, a birthday card or a Christmas card. Send is a verb. For example, I send cards to my friends at Christmas time. Postcard is a noun. This is a postcard. Behind that is a picture of the place. Go on holiday is to go to a place on holiday. Another word for that is go on vacation, holiday. For example, I send postcards to my friends and family when I go on holiday. Photograph means picture. So this is a picture of the Brown family. We can also say this is a photograph of the Brown family, and this is a photo of the Brown family. We use a camera to take a photo. Most mobile phones have cameras now. So when I go on holiday, I take photos with a camera and sometimes with my phone. Let's practice. Do you send cards to your friends at Christmas time? Do you send cards to your friends at Christmas time? Yes or no?
No, I
I
don't send
cards
cards
to my friends
during
at
to my
Christmas time.
friends at Christmas time.
Greg, do you send postcards to your friends and family when you go on holiday? Do you send postcards to your friends and family when you go on holiday? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
send
send
cards.
post
I'm sorry.
car,
No, I don't send
no,
postcards
I don't send
to my
postcards to
friends
my
and family
friend and
when
family
I go on
when
holiday.
I go on holiday.
Greg, when you go on holiday, do you take photos with a camera or with your phone? When you go on holiday, do you take photos with a camera or with your phone? When I go on holiday,
When I go on
I
holiday,
take photos with
I
my
take photos phone,
phone. Very good.
with
Okay.
my phone.
Very good. Next, repeat. Receive,
Receive,
reply,
reply,
email,
email,
text,
text,
contact,
contact,
message,
message,
letter.
a letter.
Very good. Okay, listen. Receive is a verb. It is the opposite of send. For example, I send cards to my friends at Christmas time, and sometimes I receive some cards from them. Reply is also a verb. It means to answer, reply. Email. The word email can be used as a noun and can be used as a verb. Message and letter are nouns. For example, I send letters to my friends and family when I go to other countries. But sometimes I send them emails. So that's a noun. I email them. So that's a verb. I don't reply to all the emails I receive. I only reply to some of them. A text can be used also as a noun and a verb. As a noun, it means a message. As a verb, it means to message. For example, if I want to send somebody a quick message, I write a text. So that's a noun. I text them. So that's a verb. Contact is a verb. For example, I generally contact my friends by texting them. Let's practice. What's the opposite of send? What's the opposite of send? The opposite
The
of send
opposite of send
is receive.
is receive.
Very good. Do you receive more letters than emails? Do you receive more letters than emails? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I
receive
more letters than
more
emails.
letters than email.
Very good. Can you email people from your mobile phone? Can you email people from your mobile phone? Yes or no?
Yes, I can email from
People,
mobile phone.
people from my
People
mobile phone.
from my mobile phone.
Very good. Okay, so we stop there for tonight, but very good.
Mhm.
Very good
Okay.
practice. Excellent
Thank you
practice.
so
Very
much.
fast. Thank you very much. See you again next
Bye
lesson.
bye.